Hi there, my name is Pete Warnock and I am the founder of Naturally Ecstatic Breathwork and Awakening System. I have a deep passion for living an ecstatic life, and I believe that we can all live an ecstatic life. And over my years of training and practicing and teaching, I have come across so many tools that I've now put together to share how you can tap into your inner pharmacy so that you can actually start to become naturally ecstatic yourself. And so first of all, we're going to start by coming deeply into our body. We're going to start off with a little bit of movement, and then we're going to come into some breathing practices. So finding somewhere to stand, putting your feet firmly on the ground, hip width apart, and just bending the knees softly, softening the pelvis and starting to bounce. And for this practice, it's probably better to close your eyes, putting your awareness deeply in your body, letting everything that will wobble, wobble, bouncing deeply, strongly. Imagine you've got Post-it notes stuck to your hands and you're trying to shake them off. They won't come off and you're shaking them more and more. You're letting your whole body shake. And as you're shaking, you're becoming really interested in the quality of sensation in your body. You're allowing your breath to be a little deeper, a little stronger. Sighing on the out-breath. In this moment, giving life everything that you are, shaking with all that you are. Really choosing to enjoy being in your shake. Shaking the arms above the head, shaking the arms out to the side, shaking the arms down to the floor. Really involving as much of your body in your shake as you can. Taking your breath as deep as you can. And on the exhalation, just sigh the breath out. And if the mind gets bored, then just choose to enjoy this for this moment. Pay no attention to your mind. Put the attention in the body, in the feeling sensations. And we're just going to shake for a little more, so give it everything you've got. Giving it everything you've got. Shaking with everything you are. And then very gently letting your shaking slow down. And letting your shaking cease. And just standing in awareness in your body. Feeling your breath. Feeling the aliveness in your body. The only thing you ever feel is life. All sensation is life. So welcoming this sensation, welcoming this life, forgetting the story that the mind puts on it. For now, the only story you need is life is here for you in your body, and you can deeply open to receive it and enjoy it. And we're going to start to explore a couple of stretches. So now, taking a full breath in through your mouth and holding the breath when you've got a full breath, and then sucking a little bit more in, and then a little bit more. And then, as you're holding your breath, you're going to relax the rest of your body. You're going to shake your body a little bit. You're going to rock your body a little bit whilst holding your breath. And then you're going to let your breath go. Let me take a breath in again. And a little bit more. And a little bit more. And then holding the breath, we're going to start to wriggle ourselves. We've got an expanded rib cage, an expanded chest, expanded lungs, and we're just wriggling our body to accommodate this and to free up the muscles that are holding this. And then letting the breath fall out. And then one more big breath in. And a little bit more. And a little bit more. Okay, this time we're holding the breath, we're pushing our tummy out, and we're pushing our tummy down, and then we're pulling our tummy in and up, and we're pushing out and down, in and up, out and down, in and up, and letting the breath go. And then just noticing your breath. How does your breath come in and out of your body? Where does your breath come in and out of your body? And we're going to do these stretches again. So we're taking a full breath in through our mouth. Then a little bit more. And a bit more. And we're holding the breath, and we're starting to roll our shoulders, roll our body a little bit. And then letting the breath fall out. We don't have to breathe out. The breath naturally falls out. Then we're taking another breath in. A little more. And a little more. As we're holding the breath, we're going to wriggle our body. Be really interested in what you feel in your body as you're doing this. And then let the breath go once again. And one more breath in. Big breath in through the mouth. Then a little more. And a bit more. So we're full and we're holding the breath and we're pushing the tummy out and down. And then pulling the tummy in and up. Really as much as we can. And then pushing it out and down. Then pulling it in and up. Out and down. In and up. And let go. And closing the eyes, just noticing how your breath is coming in and out of your body. And now we're going to be doing the opposite. We're going to be emptying our lungs fully. So, take a breath in. We're going to put our hands on our hips. We're going to bend forwards and we're going to shh our breath out. Shh. And we bend forwards. Shh. Emptying the whole of the lungs. Shh. When we're empty, we cough. We hold the breath and we stand up. You're holding your breath. You're pulling your tummy in and up. Pushing your tummy out and down, in and up, out and down, and letting the breath fall back into you. Again, we're going to do that a few times. We're breathing out all the way, bending forwards, wriggling the last bit of breath out, coughing the last bit of breath out, holding the breath as we stand up. This time we're wriggling. And then we let the breath rush in. We don't have to take a breath in, we just relax and the breath rushes in. And we're going to do this again. Hands on hips, bending forwards, exhaling all the way. Holding the breath, standing up, really feeling that tension in the diaphragm. Stretching, wiggling, pushing the tummy out, pulling it in and up, out and down, in and up. Letting the breath come back in. Oh my God, what a relief that is when the breath comes back in. Closing the eyes, putting the awareness in the breathing. How is the breathing coming into the body? Through the nose, through the mouth. Where is the breath originating? In the throat, in the chest, in the diaphragm, in the belly. Just noticing. No need to change anything for now. Just exploring. For me, it's all about exploring. When we try and get things right, we miss the point. But when we explore things, we discover things. And this is what life is about. It's about discovering what works for you in your body, in your life. We're going to take a big breath in. We're going to breathe out all the way and fold forwards. Holding the breath, we stand up, feeling that tension in the diaphragm, pushing the tummy out and down, pulling the tummy in and up, out and down, in and up, letting the breath go. Big breath in, out all the way, bending forwards. Holding the breath, standing up, pulling yourself up tall, wriggling, feeling what it's doing in your body, and then letting go. The breath rushes back in without you having to breathe in. One more time. Big breath in, out all the way, folding forwards, cough, holding the breath, standing up, tummy out and down, in and up, out and down, in and up, wriggle, 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 and letting the breath come back in. And again, closing the eyes, putting the awareness in the breath, and just noticing, being fascinated by what is happening in your body, in your breath, the life that is moving, which you feel as sensation. We're going to do one more diaphragm exercise, and this exercise tones and strengthens your diaphragm. It can sound a little bit ridiculous when we practice it, but I really encourage you to really embrace your ridiculousness. We are all completely, absolutely, totally ridiculous in one aspect of our lives or another. So welcome your ridiculousness. Now, this exercise also brings your awareness to more of your diaphragm. So we're standing with a soft stance, our neck is long, our chin is tucked under, and we're going to start to make a sound from our diaphragm. It's like the diaphragm is the driver for this sound, and the sound goes like this. Woo. So if you just do this with me, woo, woo. as you're doing your vuving, I want you to put your awareness through your diaphragm. I want you to see if you can get your vuv to come from the back of the diaphragm, where the diaphragm meets the back of the ribs. And then see if you can drive this sound from the left-hand side where it meets your ribs. And then again, seeing if you can do it on the right-hand side. And then big breath. And we're going to move from the whole of our diaphragm, just putting the awareness on the whole of the diaphragm. And noticing if you have more awareness in your diaphragm whilst you're breathing. So taking a couple of long breaths through the mouth. When we breathe through the mouth, we bring physical energy into the body, and it brings our awareness into our physical and emotional bodies. When we breathe through the nose, it takes our awareness and our energy up through the sinuses. It activates our psychic centers. It makes us incredibly mentally focused. But for now, my interest is about coming into the body, becoming fully embodied, so we can become naturally ecstatic, or we can tune in to our naturally ecstatic nature. So, just taking a few breaths, closing the eyes, noticing your breath, noticing your diaphragm, and just seeing if you have any more awareness in your diaphragm after the vuving. And this is a little practice that you can do regularly to bring more awareness to the diaphragm. And you can focus on making the vuv come from different parts of the diaphragm. But for now, just noticing. Noticing where the breath comes in and out, and how the breath comes in and out of the body. Noticing where the breath is originating, where the initial energy to start the breath comes from. And again, just being interested. There is nothing to get right, there is nothing to get wrong. There are thousands of different kinds of breaths, which all do different things. They all do different things in the body. And for now, we're just noticing what the body is doing and welcoming this. Welcoming this, whatever this is, whatever the sensation, whatever the life is. Letting it be beautiful. And now we're going to move down to sitting, and we're going to explore some breathing practices whilst we're sitting down. So just getting yourself comfy, sitting down. Okay, so just settling down, finding somewhere comfortable to sit. Sitting in a way that you're going to be comfortable for breathing. I like to sit in Seiza. You can sit in lotus, you can sit in half lotus, whatever is comfortable for you to sit. Sit in a chair. Now my interest in breath is I'm fascinated with what happens with the diaphragm and with the psoas muscle, which is our fight or flight muscle, which comes up through the diaphragm and attaches to the spine through the diaphragm. Now, when we breathe in a way that is more natural for us, we put a wave of relaxation down through our psoas muscle. So when I got you to take this big full breath in, the diaphragm is fully stretched, holding this point. And then I got you to release. The diaphragm pops back to its normal position. It's what I call the still point of the diaphragm. And that release, as the diaphragm relaxes back to its point, sends this wave of relaxation through the psoas muscle. And it tells the psoas muscle that you're safe. When we're living in adrenalized life and we have adrenaline, we're in fight or flight, then the body and the diaphragm work in a particular way. They work in a controlled way. But by letting go of the diaphragm communicates directly to the psoas to say that it's safe, and it tells the rest of the body that the body is safe. And then this starts to undo all of the effects of fight and flight and stress and anxiety, and opens up our parasympathetic nervous system. It starts to let the parasympathetic nervous system take over, which is our rest, heal, digest state of being. And it's in this state of being that we come to when we're doing meditation, when we're doing the Shavasana after your yoga, and it is a deeply restorative state of being. And it's a state of being that we're actually designed to be more in, but because of the stresses and strains of life, we've learned to become more adrenalized, low-level adrenalized throughout our day. So by practicing this full breath in, and then this relax, letting the diaphragm pop back to its normal place, that puts this wave down through the psoas. But also, as you exhale, when you exhale fully, you completely empty your lungs, your diaphragm is stretched the opposite way. And then you relax. The breath comes back in automatically, and this puts another wave of relaxation through the psoas. Again, telling the body that it's safe enough to release the breath. So what we can have is we can have a surrender at the top of the breath, and we can have a surrender at the bottom of the breath, where the breath comes in. So we can learn to use the breathing in a fully diaphragmatic, releasing way, so that there is as much release and surrender as there is effort within our breathing. And this has a massive, massive effect on our physiology and on what chemicals are made within our body. Because when we're breathing in a controlled way, we're generally creating chemicals of stress within our body. Depends on how we're breathing and what the control is, but for the most part, we're creating chemicals of control and chemicals of low-level stress. And when we let the breath go, we're starting to tap in to different kinds of chemicals within the body. We're starting to access different levels of release and relaxation through the body. So what we're going to do is we're going to start to explore what I call the belly, heart, head breath. So we're starting off by breathing through our mouth, and as we breathe in, we fill our belly, our pelvis, our low back, our low sides. And when we're full to our belly, we let the breath go. We surrender, we let the breath fall out. We don't push the breath out, we just relax it out. So we're going to try this a few times, filling the belly, low back, pelvis, and then letting the breath fall out. Filling belly, low back, sides. Letting the breath fall out. And once more, belly, low back, low sides, and letting it fall out. And we're going to continue to breathe in this way, but rather than do belly, sides, back, it's like it's happening simultaneously, like there's a balloon inside our abdomen that is gently filling. So we're just filling this balloon in our abdomen. When the balloon in the abdomen is full, we let go, the breath falls out. And again, filling and releasing and filling and releasing, and just continuing to breathe in this way just for a little while. And as the breath comes in, you're welcoming the breath, you're enjoying the breath. Breath is life. As we take in breath, we take in life. So you're taking in life as you're breathing. And then imagine there's a balloon inside your heart space, inside your chest as well. So we're filling the belly, and then we're filling the chest, and then we let go. Again, we don't push the breath out, we just let go. The breath falls out, and then we fill the belly and the chest. Letting the breath fall out. Belly, heart, and letting the breath fall out, and continuing to fill the belly and then the heart, and that's front, back, sides simultaneously, and then releasing. So just getting into a rhythm for yourself of filling your belly and then your heart, and then letting the breath fall out. And let the breath falling out be beautiful, let it be soft, let it be gentle. But don't control it in any way, don't elongate it, don't try and restrict it in any way, just let the breath fall out in a sigh. And then we're going to fill our belly, we're going to fill our heart, and imagine there's a balloon inside your head as well. We're filling all the way up to the crown of the head. The breath doesn't go up there, but the energy does. And then we let go. And we're filling belly, heart, head, and release. Filling belly, heart, head, and release. And we're not putting any tension into our breathing. As we're breathing like this, we're not bringing any tension when we come up into the head. It's still softness, it's an expansion. You're welcoming the energy, you're welcoming the breath into the body. Exploring what it's like to fill your belly, your pelvis, your low back, your heart, your sides, your back, upper back, and then up into your throat, your neck and your head. And then, let it be beautiful, this sigh out, this soft release as the breath falls out. And it's like this flow of breath coming through. You're just filling the belly, the heart, and the head, like this wave coming up through the body. And then release. And then again, filling the belly, the heart, the head, and release. And as you're breathing, you're still feeling the rest of your body. It's as if the whole of your body is breathing. The whole of your body is taking in new life, welcoming new life with this breath. And then we're just letting go of this breath. Putting the awareness in the body, noticing how the breathing reverts back. What does your breath go back to when you stop trying to make it do something? Again, being interested, being fascinated fascinated, not making anything right or wrong. This is just an exploration. What happens if I do this? So this is the in-breath that we've explored, filling with a little bit of effort, the belly, the heart, the head. So our breathing apparatus is full of breath. And then we surrender, we relax. So the diaphragm comes back to its still point. But then we've still got at least a third of our lungs full of breath. So now we're going to start exploring the emptying cycle. So let's just take a full breath in, filling in the belly, the heart, the head, and then letting the breath come back, letting the breath fall out. The diaphragm comes back to still point. And now we're going to empty, we're going to squeeze the breath out of our belly, our heart, and our head. The diaphragm has now come up the opposite way. There's tension in the diaphragm and we release. The breath comes back in without us having to breathe in. And then we empty again, emptying the belly, heart, head, and release. Empty belly, heart, head, and release. Empty belly, heart, head, and release. And we're just going to explore this cycle. So I'm going to leave you to empty your belly, your heart, and your head, and then release, and then empty again the belly, the heart, and the head, in your own time, in your own speed. Letting the release happen at its own time. We just let go. The diaphragm pops back to its still point. And letting this breath, this part of the breath, be beautiful. Notice the qualities of sensations and feelings that happen as you're emptying yourself, and also as the breath comes back in. Let the jaw be soft, let the tongue be soft, and the breath is coming out through the mouth. For this exploration, we're doing embodied breathing, breathing through the mouth. Just exploring emptying belly, heart, head, and then releasing as the diaphragm draws the breath back into the body. And then emptying again. And then letting this cycle go. Noticing what happens in your breathing and in your awareness in your body. Welcoming the life that is the sensation. Coming away from any meaning or story that your mind puts on it. Just being interested with welcoming life and sensation. Now we're going to put both of those parts together to be what I call the breath of surrender, the fullest diaphragmatic breath that you can take. This is the breath that a baby makes when a baby is in a relaxed state. And so we'll start to just tune into our diaphragm, and we're going to start to fill our belly, then our heart, then our head, and then we release, and then we empty the belly, the heart, the head, and release, filling belly, heart, head, and release, empty belly, heart, head, and release, filling belly, heart, continuing to breathe with the music, allowing these parts that you're breathing into to flow into each other. So there's not just a one, then a one, then a one. It's like the belly comes into the heart, comes into the head, and then there's this release. And then the emptying happens, squeezing from the belly all the way up through the heart and through the head. And then the release. No pausing between the breaths. And welcoming the life, welcoming the quality of sensation. And even though you're breathing with these parts, it's as if you're breathing with all you are. Everything you are is taking in life. Love your breath. Open yourself to receive your breath. Filling belly, heart, head, and release. Empty belly, heart, head, and release. Filling belly, heart, head, and release. Empty belly, heart, head, and release. Filling belly, heart, head, and release. Empty belly, heart, head, and release. And filling, taking in life, opening yourself up, and release and letting go, emptying yourself, relaxing into this beautiful body. Soft jaw, open mouth, soft tongue, soft throat. Letting the breath be as effortless as it can. No tension in the breath. And letting the surrenders, the releases be beautiful, full-bodied. Go of the belly, the heart and the head, and just letting the breath come back to whoever the breath wants to be. So you're resting in awareness, in your body, welcoming sensation, welcoming life, welcoming the breath. choosing to enjoy being in this body, in this moment. And this breath in this way can be practiced for 5 breaths, 10 breaths, 10 minutes, an hour, however long. It can be used as a reset, or it can be used as a therapeutic process. It builds energy in the body, and it cultivates a deep surrender, a deep safety in the body. And so we're going to explore one more breath before I leave you today. So just have a stretch, big breath, little shake. And the next breath we're going to explore again opens up the parasympathetic nervous system. It takes 6 or 7 breaths to access the parasympathetic nervous system with this breath. And this breath also involves sound. So just, again, settling yourself, closing the eyes, putting the awareness in the body. And you're just going to start to make the softest, most gentle hum to yourself. If you're in the room with other people, don't try and harmonize with their hum. Let your hum be your hum. You are just humming to yourself as softly, as delicately as you can. Put your awareness, put your energy into your hum, but you're not pushing. It's soft, it's expansive. And it can crackle and it can break, and it doesn't matter. You're putting a sound vibration into the body. And this sound vibration travels down through your bones, through your skeleton. And the softer you get your hum, it may even be affected by your heartbeat. And doing a long, slow hum like this makes you exhale for a prolonged period of time in a soft, surrendered, expansive way, which again opens up the parasympathetic nervous system, telling the body that it's safe. And because there's sound vibration moving through the skeleton, it sends this down through the skeleton. It sends it through the water of the body. The sound amplifies the vibration and amplifies the quality of surrender, the quality of safety within the body, so the body can open to its deeper nature. And you're humming to yourself with your eyes closed. And feeling in your chest, see if you can notice this vibration in your ribs and bring a very gentle sense of expansion through your ribs, expansion of awareness. The vibration will be happening throughout your skeletal structure, but we're bringing the awareness in to Can you feel it vibrating in your rib cage? And we're not pushing, we're not forcing the breath, we're not forcing the hum. The more we relax, the more it travels, the more expansive it becomes. And then putting the awareness in the jaw, seeing if you can feel the vibration in your jaw, again through relaxation. The more you soften, the more you relax, the more this vibration can amplify through your body. And then bringing the awareness into the skull. See if you can notice the vibration in the skull. Again, bringing this soft, expansive awareness through the skull. And then softly moving the awareness down to the pelvis. Can you notice this vibration happening in the pelvis as you're humming? And again, you're not pushing the vibration down into your pelvis. You're relaxing, putting the awareness in the pelvis, where the vibration is already. It's an exploration of awareness. How much can I completely relax to feel the subtleties inside of myself? And then putting the awareness in the whole body. It's as if this hum is emanating with your whole body, through your whole body. And if you can't feel it in parts of your body, don't try and force it. Don't get upset with yourself. Know that you're just starting to explore yourself in a slightly different way, and the more you do it, the more you will come to notice it. Be gentle with yourself. Be interested with yourself. And then keeping the hum going, but allowing the hum to become silent. The air is still coming out through the voice box slowly, but you're disengaging the sound from your voice box. Or maybe the breath is still coming through your throat, but you're disengaging your voice box. I'm not sure which one it is, but just disengaging the sound. Still being fascinated. still having this sense of expansiveness through the body. Breathing with all you are, softly, gently. Relaxing into all you are, with all you are. And then letting go of this silent hum and just resting in your awareness with your breath. Enjoying your body. Enjoying being alive. Being life. And as you're resting in this, whatever you're feeling, whether it be quietness, whether it be busyness, you're going to allow your awareness to move into the whole body and out into the space around you, becoming more aware of your surroundings. And slowly, gently, keeping some of the awareness in this expansiveness inside of yourself, you're going to return to open your eyes. That's one of my favourite practices. So simple. It just takes 5 or 6 breaths of the hum to bring me into stillness, to reset my energy levels. So explore it, play with it, make it your own. So thank you for coming on this journey with me. I hope you've learned something. I hope you've found a new way to explore yourself, or it's deepened your exploration and interest in your inner landscapes of breath and awareness. And if you're interested in learning more, then I do webinars, I do one-to-ones, I do online courses and retreats and trainings in the Naturally Ecstatic system. So look up naturallyecstatic.com, and my name is Pete Warnock. Thank you for coming today.